Hello, it's Ukulele Saz. Welcome to part 3 of Learn the Songs You Love. This week we're digging a little bit into the theory, and I know what you might be thinking, oh, I don't really want to learn theory, how's that going to benefit me, it's a bit scary, but actually a couple of these things that I'm going to show you today can become so useful when it comes to playing ukulele on your own ukulele journey. So let's dive in and get started. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like, give it a little comment. I'd love to hear what you enjoyed about it. Check out the other videos, part 1 and 2 in this Learn the Songs You Love series. And if you really like my stuff, you can subscribe so you'll get weekly updates on all of my videos. And if you really like my stuff, you can check out my Buy Me a Coffee page where you'll get all of my lesson materials, song sheets, resources, live monthly lessons and more. So don't forget to check that out too. So, in music, you might hear people saying, oh, we're playing this in the key of G, we're playing this in the key of F, that word key. You also might hear people saying, oh, it's 145, it's a 1564. And you might think, what do those numbers mean? Now actually, the key and those numbers go hand in hand, and if you know just a little bit about those, it's going to allow you to take any song that you like to play and make it easier and adapt it to your own needs. You might see a song that's got really horrible chords that you don't like. You'll be able to change that into a key that suits you. It maybe suits your voice better, it's maybe easier to play. Secondly, when you're playing in a jam, if you're playing in a group and you've maybe joined another ukulele group, oh, we're playing this in this key, then you'll know how to change those chords to the equivalent chords in the right key. And it does just allow you to get a little bit more curious, open your mind a little bit to the language and the world of music, and before you know it, you might even have dug a little bit deeper into theory than what you once might have thought. Okay, so what actually is a key in music? A key is essentially a group of notes that are grouped together that sound good together. These notes create chords, these notes create scales, and these notes generally sound nice together. And what is a chord progression? Well, if you've checked the last couple of videos, you'll know, but a chord progression is like a pattern of chords that are repeated throughout a song. Now what's really cool is, the pattern of chords that you see in the song is just a pattern of chords. And when we change what key that's in, all it does is change whether or not it's higher or it's lower. So if I'm playing C and F, and I want to make that a little bit higher, I could change to the key of C sharp. So the C would become C sharp, and the F would become F sharp, compared to what we played before. So the movement between the chords is the same, the progression is the same, the pattern is the same. What shifts are the letters of the musical alphabet, and that makes it higher or it makes it lower. So that's what that really means. Now in music as well, we have lots of different tools and things that we can use to help us understand what we're playing and what we're doing that little bit more. One of my favourites is the circle of fifths. If you've not seen my circle of fifths video, then I do recommend that you check those out too. There are 3, and it really helps you understand the basics and the foundations of what the circle of fifths is, and a lot of it taps into what I'm about to tell you today as well. So here is the circle of fifths diagram. So here is a circle of fifths diagram here. As you can see around the outside, we've got our major chord, inside we've got our minor chord, and what I've highlighted for you here are the chords that belong in the key of C major. Now, what we're also going to do is write out those chords in order, in alphabetical order from the root note. From the root note of the key note, that's C. So we've got C, D minor, E minor, F, G and A minor. And what you can also see is that I have numbered those from 1 to 6. This is important because this is where the numbers come in. When somebody says, oh, we're playing the 145. 1, 4, 5, C, F and G, C, F, G, C, F, G. But what if I wanted to play in the key of G? Well, what we would have to do is we would have to change to the key of G. We would order the chords in the key of G, and then we would play the 1, 4, 5 in the key of G. So let's take an example of a song that I've done a tutorial for in the last few months, which is Damn It by Blink-182. The chords that we've got, I'm just going to do 4 down strums for each. So we've got C, G, A minor, and F. And that repeats C, G, A minor, and F. What you can also see is that is the 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression. So the 3 major chords in the relative minor. So the 1, the 5, the 6, the 4. But what if I said, I want to play this in the key of G, I don't really like how this suits my voice. I want to change it. So let's change it to the key of G. So we're going to follow the same pattern as what we've done with C. We're going to start with G. Next, number 2, we've got A minor, then B minor, then C, then D, then E minor. And that's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then take the equivalent numbers. We've got 1, which is G. We've got 5, E minor, and C. Same pattern, it's just at a different pitch. It's alright to tell me what you think about me. I won't try to argue or hold it against you. So that's playing the song in the key of G. Let's look at another example. We'll do it in the exact same way. So let's look at in the key of E flat now. So we've got E flat, we've got F minor, we've got G minor, we've got A flat, we've got B flat, and we've got C minor. So when we play our 1, 5, 6, 4, we've got E flat. So red, B flat, to tell me C minor. What you think A flat about me? I won't try to argue and hold it against you. So we played the same pattern of chords in 3 different keys, but you can hear that my voice changed each time, the shapes changed each time, and it was just the pitch that we changed. Was it higher? Was it lower? So this means that you've got a little bit more versatility. You can take a song that you love and you might think it's quite low for me to sing. I'm going to use my circle of fifths. I'm going to try it in a different key. What this also does is it gives you a visual tool. It allows you to see the chords you're playing and you start to recognise which chords tend to go together. You see the overlaps there as well, like in the key of C and the key of G. You've got C and G in there, you've got A minor in there, you've also got E minor in there, so 4 of the chords are very similar. So it's really cool because you start to see what chords belong together. You'll start to notice outliers, and that allows you to get curious because in music we break the rules all of the time. So it allows you to get curious and try and find out a little bit more. And I think it's just a really good way to kind of help you to memorise songs. It gets you to grips with what chord progressions actually are. It makes you think about chord progressions a lot more as well. You'll see a lot the numbers for chord progressions because actually there's quite a lot of songs that use the same chord progression. So that chord progression I showed you, the 1, 5, 6, 4, is actually really, really super popular. It might change the order. A lot of the time you might see the 1, the 6, the 5, the 4, the 1, the 6, the 5, the 4, or maybe just the 1, 4, 5, the 1, 4, 5, the 1, 4, 5. And you can change the key for that and you'll start to recognise chord progressions. You'll start to then know, oh, I know how to play this in this key, I know how to play this in this key. The most important part is just getting started, giving it a go, trying it with songs that you like. If you like to sing, try and sing it in the different keys as well. You'll also start to notice what keys a lot of ukulele music is used in, is like played in, is taught in. The ukulele C, F, G, those keys are used all the time. The key of D is used quite a lot too. So you start to recognise these things too, and I also encourage you to challenge yourself. Get out with your comfort zone, try something a little bit different, try maybe a key that you're not used to, explore those new chords, because most likely when you practice the chord changes for those chords, Because you're learning the chords in that key, you'll find that there's another song and a few other songs that you can play that use those chords as well, so you'll build some muscle memory. So just to summarise, a key is a group of notes that form chords that sound good together. It's like a little family of chords. When we change the key that we are in, we simply just shift the chord progression pattern that we are playing so that it sounds higher or so that it sounds lower. Our chord progressions are numbered, and those numbers are just when the chords of the key are written out from alphabetical order from the root note from 1 to 6. And that means that we've got the tools to then understand what the numbers mean, and we can change the keys of songs without having to rely on tools online. We can learn how to do it in the moment. Don't worry, these things take time. And you'll feel much more confident in your ability to play songs because you'll be able to play them the way that you want to play them in the key that you like. You can make changes to it if you like, and you'll have fun learning some music theory in the process, I would hope, as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Don't forget to check out my Buy Me a Coffee because I have got all of the lesson materials and resources that go along with this video that explain things a little bit more. It shows you the process that I follow in the circle of fifths. It shows you examples of all of these different chord progressions. You've got all of my top tips in there as well. And yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this has allowed you to learn the songs you love a little bit more too. And I will see you back for the next video.